my name is Dmitry Voloshin, and today we will talk about why AI and humans will deliver the ultimate learning experience. I am one of the co-founders of Preply. Preply is a startup, a little bit bigger one. It's a world's leading platform where you can learn different languages online, human-led but AI-assisted. We started around 12 years ago when online learning was not a big thing, and there was a big wave of transformation. Internet quality became better. You could have a pretty good video conferencing with people all around the world. And education transformed from people going to offline language schools to people having lessons online. And we as a company were able to lead this wave and also help to build better product for people who want to study languages online. And probably we're now the world's biggest solutions where you can learn language online with real humans. On the left, you can see a little bit how our product looks like. And few numbers, perhaps, about Preply is that we have around 700 employees. Perhaps 300 of them are in Barcelona. We also have offices in London, New York, Kyiv, Ukraine. We received a lot of funding, which helped us to solidify our leading position in the market. I think in total we received around 170 millions. We have 40,000 active teachers on our platform. So basically, active teachers mean that these 40,000 of teachers earn money with us every month. They rely on us. We also can study 15 languages, and there is also Preply for Business solution, where companies which have a need for their employees to improve their language skills can come to us, and we will help them to solve that problem, and we have a lot of satisfied clients for Preply B2B. Probably all of you know that 2 years ago there was a big shift in the perception of artificial intelligence. OpenAI as a company released ChatGPT, which was shockingly good for a lot of things which you can do with a text. So over the last 2 years, we are living in the age where a lot of people, a lot of businesses are expecting, hey, AI will revolutionize the way we live. And probably that's partially true. But typically, all of the innovations come in S-shaped waves. And some people, businesses, try to capitalize by being innovators in some areas. Then there is a bigger chunk of people, of early adopters. And then there is like a late majority. And some new technology or innovation becomes boring. Probably we are now in the beginning of the cycle of artificial intelligence and generative AI. It's still very exciting. We can do a lot of different things which will revolutionize how we learn and also how we teach. But also we shouldn't forget that we have been here before. And when I'm saying we have been here before is a long time ago, probably 3,000 years ago, a Greek philosopher, Plato, said that humankind is in danger. With the new technology, humans will not be able to learn, they will become dumber, and humankind is in danger of extinction. And he said that about the invention of the alphabet, because he was afraid that people will not be able to memorize all of the amazing Greek poems, and they will lose their ability to think. And I think it's a little story that also teaches us that our expectations around how AI will change learning and teaching can be a little bit overhyped. It definitely will change, but it will not happen overnight, and probably it will not be as radical as we expect. So, if we talk a little bit more about these generative AI capabilities, especially talking about text like GPT-3, GPT-4, there are some areas where these artificial intelligence tools are really very good. It's information synthesis, recommendations based on inputs and built on information synthesis. It's clear, very grammatically correct text-based communication. Probably soon it will be voice. And customization of responses based on inputs. But where these systems are not really good at is empathetic connection. You don't feel that you still have a conversation with a human. They don't have human motivation. All of the systems are reactive. You ask something, you get the response. They don't have internal agency. Also, with the complex decision-making over the last 2 years, we saw no major breakthrough. It's still like a prompt that you write or tasks that you give and you get some response. These systems are not yet able to do more complex decision making. And also there is a big problem with accuracy, which is called hallucinations. Often the systems just invent facts. And it is very hard to rely on the system that can be wrong even 1% of the time, because that 1% can be really important for you or for your business. So this has some implications also for learning and teaching, that basically we focus on generative AI energy on information synthesis, analysis, simple recommendations, combined with the data sets, but we still rely on human tutors to play a critical role in complex decision-making, motivation, and empathy. We believe that empathy and motivation is something that humans have that will be very long, if possible, to recreate artificially. So our AI thinking is that value now lies in distribution, use cases, and proprietary information. And here is a very simple example. GPT-3 as API was available to businesses 1 or 2 years before ChatGPT appeared as a UI product where you can type in the browser window. Technology was there, but there was no use case to do that. There was not a website that was enable you to use that interface. We strongly believe that incumbents on the market have an upper hand. Companies with a big distribution, like Microsoft, they can embed AI into their products. They already are doing that. And it is getting much harder for smaller startups to do something really significant because they also don't have their own proprietary data to build on top of it. When we were thinking about AI in our business, we also decomposed it into different parts in our marketplace. So we have students who learn language, we have tutors who teach language, and we also have AI as a part of the learning process, because when people teach and learn online, we can use that to do some very interesting insights. And initially, our first AI product was based on the problem that didn't require AI solution. And I think it's a very nice approach to use in the businesses when basically problem goes first. And the problem for our teachers is that they don't like to do boring things. I think no one likes it, but for teachers it is like generating homeworks, generating exercises, generating quizzes. So our first product, and you can see it on the screen, was Teaching Assistant. As a tutor online now, you can use Preply generative AI to generate a different type of homeworks, exercises, quizzes, reading assignments for your students. It's what AI does the best, working with the text, and it saves 5 minutes for 60 minutes lesson for a teacher. Looks not much, but actually it's the most boring 5 minutes for a teacher. They don't like it. They don't like preparation of the homework, and they don't like to do that themselves. For them, it is a life changer. But also, when we do that for our teachers, we never send it ourselves to students. We strongly believe that for humans and AI to interact in the best possible way, it is important to keep the model so-called copilot model or human-in-the-loop model. So even when our AI generates some exercises for teachers, students, we still give teacher an ability to check if everything is correctly. And remember, I was telling you about hallucinations, and it's one of the ways how we as a business can work with incorrect data that sometimes is still generated by artificial intelligence. The next thing that when the lesson actually happens, the next 5 most boring minutes is that after the lesson you need to prepare some summary, you need to send your students some vocabulary, and we were thinking, hey, what if we will ask permissions from both students and tutors, and we will record the lesson, and then we'll ask AI to do what they do best, to transcribe speech to text, then analyze the text and provide some interesting data insights. And we launched another feature, which basically helps students and teachers not to do boring things after the lesson. We generate lesson summary, we extract the vocabulary which was learned, and it works like a magic for both student and teacher. Important thing here is that with all things related to AI, data privacy is super important. So we only are able to do that if people give our permissions to record the sound of their lessons. And when we are thinking more about generative AI for learning, we understand that we did a lot of customer research. We asked our students, hey, how do you feel about AI? Do you want it or you don't? And majority of humans already tried different generative AI products. More than 60% of our users already tried ChatGPT. And when we ask them about AI, basically they're a little bit divided. Half of them are really excited, like, hey, it will change the way how I work, it will help me, and so on. But also half of them are very much frustrated, and I would even say afraid. People are afraid about unknowns. They don't know how AI will transform their job. They also don't know how it can help them. So even though a lot of humans already use it, not all of them understand how to use it. So after our researches, what we understood is that given all of the strong sides and also weak sides of generative AI products, for us, the easiest path to bring values also not to our teachers, but also to our learners, is to experiment more with playful experiences. Why I'm saying playful experiences? Because if the customer pays for your product, they really want very high quality. And with generative AI, with all of the problems related to hallucinations and also with the product's quality itself, quality is not always there. And to make it a little easier for them to adopt and to use it, a lot of companies and a lot of products embed generative AI more like a playful experience. Like, we are not guaranteeing you that it will always provide you the right answer, but it can help you to learn, it can help you to use the product in an easier way, and so on. So we also launched a feature, and we are experimenting with it a lot, on how students can learn in between the lessons, but we strongly connect it to their overall lesson experience. For example, we want you to practice 5 words, but we don't use AI recommendations just to recommend you 5 words, because AI still cannot know what 5 words are the best for you. It will not understand your life. It can provide you some recommendations, but they will be pretty mathematical. It will be based on the preferences of other users who are of the similar profile as you. So when we were building this experience of self-learning in between the lessons, we connected it to overall learning experience. So when the lesson happens, we extract the words that you learned with your tutor, and then tutor can review words which can be the best for you to practice and to learn, submit them to the student practices them, and in the end, the human gives the feedback. It's that emotional and motivational part that basically helps us to build efficiency in this product and also very good retention. And overall, retention is a big problem in all of the generative AI products. Even top-notch products like ChatGPT, they have lower retention even than some games. And by having a human in the loop and that emotional and motivational connection, we are able to have much better adoption of our products. So quick summary about what we talked today is that human teachers will always offer something that AI cannot. And in our case, it is teachers. In your case, it can be another profession or another players in your business. But emotional empathy and motivation are one of them. Quality in AI products will play a key role beyond prototyping. It is very easy to build clumsy AI products that you can have, wow, it's a magic effect now, but then you'll just stop and use it in a second. And the last one is, we as humans, we overestimate short-term impact of all of the things that are related also to generative AI. They will be there, but in a more longer scale timeline. The way how we learn and teach, we change, but not in the next months, probably in the next year, 5 years, 10 years. So we still have time to adopt and to learn the best ways how to make it more efficient. Thank you, everyone.